Welcome, Bill down here. Super excited about this video. In this video, we're going to talk about the tips and best practices for landing a project manager job. I'm excited about this one. I'm loving this because I'm here to help you with your journey into PMO and project management. Today, we're focusing on project management, but I just love this topic. So as I said, today we're going to talk about best practices becoming a project manager, from their key responsibilities and the skills you need to land that project manager job. Can't guarantee the job, of course, but I can help you get there. I started in the project management industry over 30 years ago. And when I started as a business analyst. Really a developer and then a business analyst, but it was in Ministry of Transportation and Highways in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, and I loved it. I was writing business requirements, I was capturing what's in scope, what's out of scope, and absolutely loved every day of it. But I was destined to be a project manager and destined to lead, and I was relentlessly bugging my manager, let me lead a project, let me lead a project. So I bugged and I bugged and I bugged and I bugged, and she finally said yes, and I was off. But before I continue, let me spend a minute and introduce myself. My name is Bill Dow. If you haven't watched any of my videos, I have 30 plus years of hands-on experience in the project management industry. For the last 20 years, I've ran 10 PMOs across 4 different companies. I love this space, right? I absolutely love it. This whole Dow Publishing YouTube channel is focused on PMO and project management and really giving you my best practices and experiences as I navigate every day in this role. And I love it. So thank you so much for watching, but let's dive into this. Okay, let's start by demystifying the project manager's role. What do they do? What does a project manager do? So let's actually break down what a project manager does actually, because it's not just a glorified babysitter, or it's not someone that just goes and gets coffee for the important team members, right? We hear that all the time, right? Project managers need to have a seat at the table. Project managers need to lead, right? We're controlling most aspects of the projects, but we let the individual team members run their portion of the projects, right? We're juggling end-to-end execution of a project across status and budget and communications, right? Keeping teams on track. So we're really that oversight on how the team executes, but individual teams like developers and testers and designers, they execute their portion of the project. So the key responsibilities of a project manager is everything from initiation to close out to go live. And in some companies, we even support the project for 30 plus days after that. So some of the key responsibilities, as you can expect, are planning, scheduling, budgeting, resource allocation, risk management, project communications with stakeholders, communications with executives, really keeping that overarching control over the execution of the project. One question I get a lot is around the skills, right? What does it take to be a rock star PM? Communication is key to this role. Art versus science, relationship building, problem solving. I can go on and on and on, but really communication is key. I've written many books on it, and I really believe 90% of a project manager's job is communication. But before I continue, let me ask you a question. Where are you in your PM journey? Are you just starting? Are you almost done? Are you trying to break in? Comment below and let me know. I'm dying to know. Okay, let's keep going. Now, earlier I mentioned art versus science. Let's talk about art. What is the art in project management? Soft skills, teamwork, collaboration, right? Influence without authority, leadership, right? Adaptability, right? I can go on and on and on, but it's really the soft side. It's the people side of project management. It's really important to understand art versus science, and really to make a whole project manager, you need to be skilled in both of those areas. Does that make sense? So you really want to focus on risk management, issue management, schedule management, but also relationships, communications, leadership, okay? So how do I land my first job? So now that you understand the skills of the job, now you want to land your first job. Well, sadly, it's easier said than done, right? As I said above, I landed my first job in the early 90s, but that was me begging and begging and begging my manager at the time that allowed me to manage a project, right? Let me take over a project. But that was then. This is now. Things have changed. I get asked that question a lot, and I highly recommend brand new project managers to get into the market with two types of roles, two job titles: project coordinator, junior project manager. Project coordinator, junior project manager. Those are the two jobs to go after. So those are the two roles that I see brand new project managers lean towards getting into those roles and growing in the PM space. If you're a project coordinator, there's rarely a company in the world that's going to put the weight of a full project on your shoulders. It's not going to happen. Same with the role as a junior project manager. Same thing. You're a junior. The weight and the expectations of delivering a project will not solely land on you. If it does, then you're going to have to be very, very careful, because it's going to be hard for you to be successful on large, complex projects if you have no experience. You just can't do it, right? And it's unfair to you to do that in a coordinator or a junior project manager role. So you wouldn't be set up for success, so just be very cautious. Does that make sense? Okay, where do you go land those roles? I see a series of websites. I use a series of websites to land these types of roles or recommend these roles. LinkedIn, obviously, is the first choice. Glassdoor.com is another choice, and Indeed.com. Those are the three I would use: LinkedIn, Glassdoor, and Indeed, looking for project coordinator, junior project manager roles. Okay? Very, very important. Next, the interview. Yeah, it really is the hardest part. Number one, practice, practice, practice. I can't stress enough, right? You've got to get in there and you've got to practice. You've got to know the job. You've got to know the art and the science of project management, and you've got to know that better than the people that are asking you the questions, and you've got to practice. When you're in an interview, right, and they're going to ask you those types of questions, you're going to have answers. But as a junior project manager or project coordinator, you're not going to have to know it inside and out. You have to be clear. We understand when we're interviewing junior or project coordinators, we understand you're not going to know everything, but you're going to be put with a project manager that is more senior and going to help you grow in that role. Number two, do your research on the position. Even if it's junior, read the job description, understand what they're looking for, do your homework on this, right? But be very clear in the art and science, and you'll do well. Do your research on the company, understand what the company is all about. Look for other project manager jobs, look for senior project manager jobs to know if you're going to be partnered with them. Bring questions. Be prepared for the interview. Interview them as much as they're interviewing you, even though you're still junior in this role. Okay, let's wrap up and cover what we've covered today, because again, I'm going to call this a little crash course in demystifying project management and helping you land that first role. But it really is about understanding the tools, the techniques, the art versus science. But again, the weight of the projects won't be on your shoulders when you're first landing that first role, because we know you don't have the background, the experiences, and we want the projects to be successful. We want you to be successful, and I want to welcome you to the world of project management. You're gonna love it. If you like these types of videos, subscribe, right? Like the video, comment on the video, and I am here to help you in your journey. Thank you so much, and I'll see you online. Thanks.